Hi guys, it's Ray here on TV. You might be wondering where I am tonight. I'm not in my kitchen. I'm in a hotel in Wolfsburg, sunny Wolfsburg. I've gone from sunny Manchester to sunny Wolfsburg. You always wonder when you've got wood on the ceiling in a room. You think it's a bit dodgy. I've been here before. Yeah, I've stayed at this hotel before a couple of years back. We came to Wolfsburg for some shows, and we're, as troops would say, back again. We're back again in Wolfsburg. And hey, Edward Denham, how are you doing, mate? Hope you're really well tonight, guys. Let's see who's on. I don't think it's going to be a long one, guys, I'm afraid. Evening, Edward. Dear, I'm quite glad that I watched only a few minutes of the first half. It was pretty pathetic, and I crashed out asleep for the second half. What a ball fest, snooze fest, call it what you will. Not a good word said about that game on social media that I've seen. I'm just quite fortunate I didn't have to watch much of it. It's just thee and me, Edward. I think I'm on a bit late for everybody else. It's a funny old thing because I thought I'm on a bit late. I thought to myself, I might not get many people on because of the match. I thought they might be watching the big match. So I'm just really going to talk about Pep and Rodri. That's it. I'm not going to really stay on too long, guys, because I'm bushed. I really am. I'll tell you about it in a minute. I'm absolutely cream crackered. Totally. I've had a good half an hour sleep or so, but I'm absolutely shattered. You just cannot believe how knackered I am, guys. Let's just get this up there. Let's see who else is on board. Edward, I said it's just him. You think it might have to do some of the YouTube notifications? I'm not sure, Edward. You know, it might just be that other people watched that game and they fell asleep too. I mean, what a game, eh? I'm not here to talk about United game, but wow, how far have they fallen? Angus, hey, how you doing, Angus? It might be a quiet stream tonight. I think people are falling asleep watching the United game. You can have a look at my hotel room. My Batman top. Got me Batman top out. I've worn this for ages. Hey, Hugh Morgan. Typical mid-table game. Absolutely. I've got to tell you guys, Rissi Corleone, how you doing, buddy? Rodri's not only talented. Pep and Simeone played CDM sometimes. The stars are like absolutely Rissi. I've got to let you guys know that, you know, I'll tell you about the day. We'll give a few people a few more minutes for people to come on. But yeah, I just drove from Paris to Wolfsburg, and I'm shattered. It was a long day. I was up at 4 o'clock this morning. Hey, Danny, 2ME, hope you're doing well. Up at 4 o'clock this morning. I had about an hour and a half sleep last night. And then went to pick my mate up, and then I drove here. He slept half the way. I did the hard yards. Well, have you heard that before? My mate just kicked in the car, but hey, we got here and went out for a run. Mate, couldn't believe that. I thought, yeah, absolutely knackered. So the best thing to do, instead of sleeping, catching up, go for a run, have a pizza, and look forward to the footy. Oh, wow, what a mistake that was, and quite glad that I fell asleep. I'm really quite pleased because I needed a sleep. I needed some shut eye. That was a dreadful game of football. Right, I think. Hey, Cole's here. Hi, Cole. Hey, Angus, mate. We don't want to know about your late night dreams. Hey, Cole. It ended 1-1, Rissy. That's the score. Right? Angus asked me what I reckon for the score, and I said 1-1. So this was well before the game, mind you. And I said it's one of those games that you want both teams to lose. Hugh says Sky tries to big up this game. A bad advert for soccer. Absolutely, mate. Yeah, so I said to Cole earlier, I might not come on, I might be asleep, but I've had my sleep, and I don't know. It's a funny old feeling. It's 11 o'clock here, and I'm ready to go after less than an hour's sleep. And we'll go through this live stream. We'll go through a bit of what Rodri and Pep had to say, and a few other bits and pieces. And then I'm going to bid you good night because I want to be up at 6 morning. Nice shave of the old bonds. Look a little bit better. I can go for a shave of the face. I'm going to be wearing a suit tomorrow. I'm wearing a suit to go to work. We're just training for tomorrow's the day for training, and then Wednesday we do our stuff for the press. Last year there were TV here, a lot of stuff from the newspapers and social media stuff, bloggers and stuff, influencers, and so we'll do that. That's on Wednesday, and then we start in earnest on Thursday. I think Thursday is the German unification, so we'll see how that goes. Edward says, thanks, Angus. It was just a tired guess at the score. Edward says, United were relying on individual brilliance, and you can see how they didn't execute it. Hey, Bernard, how you doing? Bernard had it as 2-2. Well, if you listen to what Angus says, I had it as 1-1. Angus asked me earlier this evening, and I said 1-1. We would have slapped them both a good good night. Keep the good work up. Absolutely, Hugh. Anyway, well, look, let's be honest, neither of them are going to win the league. It's going to be Liverpool. It's their year, guys. I've said it's their year, unless we stop them. Let's go through some City stuff. Okay, so let's start off with the press conference. They asked Rodri, has Fernandinho in defence affected things? And Rodri said, it's a good thing to have players that can play in many positions like Dino and Zinchenko. It's a tough moment for the team because we are without some important players. But this only makes us stronger for the next months. We have to all be together. It's not an excuse, a challenge. We have to keep going and fighting all the games. I think we have enough players to fix this problem, and we are working hard. Good to hear, mate. Champions League importance. City is still dreaming. This is my second year in the competition. The Champions League is the greatest tournament. All the clubs want to fight for it, and it is a very, very tough. We have to be focused all the time. If not, you are out. It's going to be a good challenge for us. We dream of this competition for many years and have to be patient, but go all the time because this competition is like this. We have to be focused. Settling in Manchester. So how is Rodri settling in? I didn't know how I would fit into City, but when you do what you love, it is easier. I'm really happy to be in Manchester. I'm getting used to the city. I like the time because you can walk everywhere. The weather is not good, but it is good. And the Premier League is different. Here, players always try to steal the ball. They are more aggressive. You have to be alert all the time. In Spain, we have a pause when you slow down, but here is another challenge. It's quite different. I need to adapt, but I like the competition. I like the environments, and the league is amazing. So Rodri's relationship with Fernandinho, that's what he said. He's a very important player for the team, one of the captains. From the first day I came, he always helped me to how to fit into the position. It's not what I used to do because the league and the team, it is not easy. But he always tries to help me because he has a lot of experience being a top player here in Manchester. I have lots of things to learn, but the most important part of him is the way he fits in this team. He is a leader. He's one of the most experienced players, and he's going to help us. We need these kind of players on the team because in bad moments, they have the experience to come through. Zagreb chances. Obviously, Dinamo Zagreb beat 4-0. He said, for me, it is not surprising because you'll find no bad team in the Champions League. You have to always be alert. Dinamo Zagreb, I played in that stadium against Croatia, and the fans are incredible. It's a big team in Croatia, and we have to be focused. If we want to win tomorrow, they scored 4 goals, so they have good quality. I only know one player, but it's going to be very tough. So how is Rodri adapting to City? Many things. He's still learning many things. I never used to play this position the way we play with lots of offensive players. I have to be focused all the time, but I like this position. I think it is the position I fit most, and I like growing with these players around. It's difficult the first matches, but I'm getting used to it. The fact I play alone in defensive midfield is the way we play, and we want offensive players to score goals. It's a challenge for me. I have to read the games and learn about this position. Wow. A lot of questions on to Rodri, talking about Simeone and Pep, 2 decent teachers. It's great. It's easy for them what to teach me. Football changes over the years, but they have the same experience, so they can give me their ideas, and I can take it easily because we play the same position. Anyway, moving on to Pep, talking about Fernandinho. About his fitness. If he feels fit, he can play 2 games in a week. It depends on his regeneration. It's not Doctor Who, is it? After games. When John comes back, we can make an alternative. Now we have young alternatives, and Rodri can play there. Last season, he started to struggle a little bit, but the season before, he played every game. Teaching Rodri. I know a little bit more about that position than winger. I never made a dribble in my career, so it's easy to tell them what. But at the end, when Rodri came here, he was with another manager, and we took over what they learned from other experiences. It benefits us that Rodri worked with Simeone in the past because he knew exactly what he had to do. When the players are curious and want to understand the benefit, we can help. And Guardiola's advice for the young defenders, basically, that's Taylor, Howard, Bellis. Are you listening, Bernard? Taylor, Howard, Bellis, and Eric Garcia. He said they can play. They are here and they can play. They have moments where we can use them. I have no doubts about that. Taylor is quite good with the ball, but likes to win duels and fight long balls. And Eric is so clever. His build-up and quality of the pass, what is going on, he is top. They are there because they can. After that, it depends on selection. Talking about Dinamo Zagreb and scouting them. It was not bad playing 5 at the back and scoring 4 goals. We will prepare for both options, but the idea is clear. It is an incredibly intense team, so aggressive, especially in the middle with striker, and when they are so strong, they have fast players on the counter. It was a warning that they will be able to beat Atlanta because they are doing incredibly well in a tough league. It is a warning. We play at home the next 2 games and step forward, but we try to discover what we do because the players don't know about them. They don't know them. In a few minutes, we are going to introduce to the team what Dynamo are about. Talked about Dani Olmo. He's a dangerous player for Dynamo. He was in the Barcelona academy in the past, and normally the players there are always good players. He had the courage to go to Croatia, and it looks perfect. Was one of the best players on the under-21 Euros with an incredible work ethic. Importance of the Champions League. I think in my first press conference in my first year here in Manchester, before the Champions League game, it was the same question. I said I spoke with Khaldun, and he didn't tell me I was here to win the Champions League. It was to consider a project that had been started and see how far we get. The people want to win it. The fans want to win it too. Without their environment at home, we cannot do it. It is impossible without that feeling that we want to do it. We are going to try. We are going to try again. I'll be happier if I don't do it to try again. The next step for City, still pushing on this Champions League. Yeah, definitely, but sometimes it can be possible. Sometimes you take a few years, sometimes you take longer. Barcelona is my club in my heart and won their first one in 1992. Of course I will try, but I won't live the next 10 months thinking it will be a disaster if I don't win the Champions League. talking about the Taylor Howard Bellis video, and Pep's happy about it. When I was a teenager, I always went to watch the games. I didn't go in the crowd. There were no songs at Barcelona, but it's nice. I like players that are committed here, like Phil. They have the connection with our fans. He's a 17-year-old, and I think he will be a central defender for this club and the Premier League. Hopefully, he can work with the way he is working, because it is difficult to play in the Carabao Cup and then play in the academy. That is the most difficult thing, but Eric has done it many times. The players here in that position are so well positioned. How to seduce the fans? Obviously, it's a problem getting the fans up for these Champions League games. The only way to seduce them is to play good. So they say, we're going to have a fun 90 minutes. I know for the fans, the Premier League is the most exciting. We know as a club that people prefer by far to win the Premier League than the Champions League. I know how special it is. But this competition is nice too, and our fans have to live this competition as a dream. That is a reality of our club. We have to accept it and seduce them to be there and realise how important it is. I think in the past, the old generation were not there. In Liverpool and United, with a lot of Champions League in the trophy, they're used to being there. Our club was at home or in bars or for decades watching Liverpool and United there. That is about the culture of the club. I feel we are taking steps. I would not like to win the Champions League and then disappear for 5 years. What is important is being there and trying to do it like we have in previous seasons where I felt we are close. This competition is an incredibly high level. The only way is to tell our fans and support us in the bad moments. These players are awesome, outrageous, so they deserve to feel that they want to win and make a step forward too. We need the fans. It's almost impossible without. Ottoman in defence. Nico has an incredible quality, but one finger broken. He's a huge competitor. Last season I spoke to him. He played in the first part of the season a lot, but we had Laporte on the left side with his special quality, and the right side we had John, Nico, and Vinny. Vinny was incredible. My opinion of him remains the same. He's better on the right because he's right-footed. Is everybody fit? This was a press conference before training, so he said, I have training in a few minutes. Yesterday, everybody was fit. Everybody is fit. I don't know why, but if they have a problem, they don't tell me. A bit confusing me. That to me. A lot of other stuff, but I'm going to let that ride. I don't know if I want to catch up with you guys. I missed, obviously, me going through all that press conference. I missed a lot of comment, and there's a lot of you guys on. Where have you been, guys? Right, so I'll give my hellos and catch up. Wow, this is a hell of a lot for me to catch up, guys. Have I been talking for that long? It would seem I have. Okay, let's get some hellos in. Angus says Liverpool are favourites, however, they'll bottle it. Andrew W. Hey, Andrew, I hope you're well. Sea Dog, hi to Sea Dog. Andrew is looking forward to tomorrow. Angus is buzzing for tomorrow. Cole is also looking forward to the game. I mean, I know you guys can read this, but I'm just going to go through so I can catch up. United bottled it against Arsenal, 1-1, says Angus. Sea Dog says Rodri, he's a very smart man. Angus says Tosh says Andrew W. talking about United. Irrelevant these days. Bernard says, don't think my lad's there tomorrow. He didn't join Cup scheme. Plastic. Yeah, well, there's still tickets available, Bernard. Apparently still tickets available. Well, I read this in the morning, I think. Angus is amazing Aguero, magnificent Mahrez, speedy Sterling. Getting all those little cute phrases out. Hey, Alan. Hey. Hope you're well, mate. Bernard says, I believe they had Mr. Magoo as a liner. They need to tell Linesman to keep the flag down. Now we have beat it. It wasn't even close. I must have missed this, guys. Because it was such a bad game, I fell asleep. Hey. So Bernard's had fireworks going off. Hey. And excitement for, I tell you what, when you get to a certain age, you don't want it, you don't want to get a shock with the fireworks going off. That could be the shock that does it. Yeah, Carl says, I think everybody's half asleep after watching the United game. THB says, Carl, Taylor Howard Bellis. Hey, Chris, how you doing, mate? Yeah, Bernard, if you watch our Premier League review show, he doesn't know his Salah from his Mane from his Mahrez. Oh, dear, Bernard. Oh, dear. I could say something, but I think would rile the channel in controversy. Chris says Arsenal bottled it. It was Arsenal's chance to win at Old Trafford for the first time since 2006, when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer played in 2006. I think he came off the bench. It's that long ago, and they blew it. Hi, Blackpool Blu-ray. Hope you're really well, buddy. Hope you're well. Hey, Mukun's in the house. EAM CFC 64 Zagreb 0. I'll take that right now. Bite your hand off, EAM CFC. Are you related to EA Sports? EA Sports. Can't even say. I tell you what, guys, I'm still knackered. Saka looks pretty decent, says Sea Dog. Mukun says, what a drab. Was it Mukun saying a drab game? Bernard says, I'd rather Euro teams go back to haunts and claxons. I hate zombie chanting. Chris is going for City 5, Dinamo Zagreb 0. Guys, you know, I don't think it's going to be anywhere near 5-0, Chris, in all honesty, unless Zagreb they're a decent side. You know, you don't go and pump Atalanta 4-0 if you haven't got something about you. MCFC, I think our defensive problems aren't much of a bother in the group stage. I agree with you, mate. Where are you from, MCFC? Got to be Scotland or Northern Ireland. Got to be Scotland. That's my feeling. Yeah, I tell you, EAMCFC's got Haaland with a little bit of a squiggle on the first A. I don't know the technical term for that. Rowan McDonald next to him. Rowan McDonald was it last season? Rowan McDonald asked me for a ticket. Maybe I shouldn't name drop. I think he asked me for a ticket. I got asked for tickets for the derby by the kids. I said I can't get a ticket for the derby myself. This was the away game. So I can't get tickets. People asking me for tickets. People asked me for tickets for the last game of the season away at Brighton. So I couldn't get a ticket myself. Mukun's hoping Phil Foden will start. I hope it's so too. All depends on his. He didn't have a great game against Preston. I think he suffered that virus. Yeah, absolute Blackpool Blu-ray. So I was saying if we win against Dinamo Zagreb, then pretty much we're through the group. In all honesty, let's be without being arrogant about it. Let's just be objective about it. We should be getting through. And we should be getting through as group winners. Sea Dog, well, I'm not late, mate. I decided to let you guys watch the footsie tonight. I thought you guys would want to be seeing what used to be a top of the table. It used to be the most, let's be honest, one of the most exciting fixtures of the season, United versus Arsenal. And I just thought, let you guys watch it. Because people have got an eye on that. I thought, let you guys watch it. I'll have a bit of shut eye because I'm absolutely knackered, guys. I've just driven 1,000 kilometers to get here tonight. Not much sleep last night. Not going to get a lot of sleep tonight, and I've got a lot of catch up to do. And I got my ironing to do, got me shaving to do. You know, a couple of hours work in the morning. I've got my lines to learn. I've not learned. I know I've only got I think 4 or 5 lines in this show. And I know half of them, so it's not so bad. It's only an hour, Angus. It's only an hour. So EAM CFC has been watching the Rags draw to Arsenal. Yeah, I'm catch up. I'm still 6 minutes behind. Edward says, yeah. When we started, it was just Edward and me. I thought it was going to be an intimate night's chat just with Edward and me. I think he was probably more worried than I was. Rissi Collion and Anthony to start tomorrow night. I think Ben Mendy. What's wrong with Mendy? If Mendy's fit, I want Menu to start tomorrow. Mukund, can anyone name the Danmo 11 tomorrow? I can't name anybody. Anyone going tomorrow? Well, I've given my ticket away, so I've got a long trip. I can't go, obviously. I mean, sat here in Wolfsburg. Yeah, I knew lots of tickets talking about. Let's make it a noisy one. CFC says Liverpool 6, Salzburg 1. I'd rather it was the other way around. I'm a different time zone, Sea-Dog. Yeah, I'm 11:30 now. Blackpool Blu-ray, come live by the seaside, Bernard. We have 5x every weekend. Sea-Dog says I watched the 18 FA Cup final. Really liked how Rowan McDonald played. EA are my initials. I thought so, EA. Any news on Sane? Gustavo Cortes says, well, Cobby's not here, so I can't talk about Sane. Well, I can really. I mean, look, I don't think there's. Let me just find the news. Let me go through the other news, guys, and I'll include Sane. So let's go through quickly. City apparently have launched a bid to sign Flamengo wonder kid Lincoln, according to reports. That's I'm gonna have to get this name now. Vene Casagrande. I'll read what Vene Casagrande had to say on Twitter. Durante a janela de transferência o Manchester City fez uma consulta à situação de Lincoln. Oh, sorry, guys. Don't you understand Portuguese? Come on, guys. I'm gonna have to do some translation. All right. Basically, City have an offer to sign the youngster, but Flamengo are unwilling to see their prized asset leave. He's 18 years old. He's been earmarked as one of Brazil's hottest prospects. He's a regular for the Brazilian youth teams. Look, any kid coming through in South America is a hot prospect because you've got to be a hot prospect so they can sell them for lots of money. The fact that he's 18, okay, the one issue, I don't think he'd come straight to City because he wouldn't get a work permit. That's the first issue. So he'd end up playing somewhere else, like Portugal or Spain. So we'd get him, stick him out on loan immediately. Man City women, we're going to play Atletico Madrid in the next round of the Women's Champions League. Obviously, you might be aware we knocked out Lugano in the previous round, 11-1 on aggregate. And so, yeah, we're through to play them. KDB wasn't at training today. I think he's just having he felt a niggle at the weekend. Joe Hart, good old Joe Hart, reveals his favourite Man City game. Could it be the Aguero 93-20 game against QPR? Could it be the 6-1 against Man United? Well, Joe Hart says, in fact, it's a win against Man United in the 2011 FA Cup semi-final. That's the favourite game of his career. Okay, he was speaking to Nedum Anua on the Kickback podcast. The semi-final against Man United, we all know how dominant they were and how much of a grip they held over Man City. We were kind of coming up, but we were laughing stock to them. No trophies, no nothing, just an awful lot of money and a lot of hype. I enjoyed that one. The training squad, obviously KDB wasn't there. So apparently City training in front of the media this afternoon. So yeah, KBD wasn't there, so might not be playing. But they've offered free tickets to Thomas Cook employees. Obviously, Thomas Cook were a business partner of City as well. They used to sponsor our shirts, and they were our travel partner. So yeah, if anybody, it's a good offer from City. I'm not bothered about the news about the Face Clan. Joe Hart also, going back to Joe Hart, reveals the position he wishes he played. I'd have loved to be a striker, to be a good striker. I'd love to be a good striker. That's all I'd love to be. I'm in goal because I'm not good enough striker. Simple as that. And I love the art of goalkeeping and see it as a different side to it. To score, it's a dream. Let's see what else we got. Oh, KDB praises VVD. He said he's one of the best defenders in the world at the moment. Obviously, he's really good. He's quicker than people think. Midfielders and central defenders don't have to use their pace a lot of the time. No, let's not worry about VVD. Is there anything else? Leroy Sané. So we said we'll talk about Leroy Sané. We'll save the best to last. So Bayern Munich chief executive Karl-Heinz Rummenigge appears to have distanced the club from comments their president made last week about Leroy Sané. Now, Uli Hoeneß, the Bayern Munich club president and convicted felon, convicted fraudster, tax fraudster, he did some jail time. A very naughty boy. I think he was sentenced to 3.5 years in jail. He did half that time, something like that. He suggested that the interest in the player was very much alive, as he said that club bosses will sit down in January and February to assess how his recovery is going. It's very nice of Bayern Munich and Uli Hoeneß to take such, pay such attention and have so much care to assess how Leroy Sané's recovery is going. You'd like to think that's been Leroy, his doctor at Man City. Well, there you go. So, yeah. So, there's a full story there. If you want to go and check that out, it's in the MEN. Let's get back to you guys, because I suspect I'm probably about 10 minutes behind again. And I am. Let's catch up. Yeah, the Zagreb video coming out in the morning. Yeah, so as Cole says, we've got a Zagreb video coming out in the morning. It needs your participation. It's an interactive poll. First time that we've had an interactive poll. So please take part if you can. You know, I'd like this one, guys, if you can share it out there. It's not a long video. It's just 2 or 3 minutes. But I'd like if you can share this far and wide as possible. Let's get people involved in this interactive poll. Yeah, production quality is a notch again. So, guys, take part in the interactive poll. It'll come out tomorrow. Please contribute and share it far and wide, whether you're on Facebook or Twitter or wherever you are on social media. Bernardini says, stayed in Bispam a lot many years ago. Had my film. EA Sports. It's in the game. Starting to for at least 3 months. Yeah, it'll be New Year. Ollie or Prince Philip at the wheel. Oh, Andrew. It's actually not bad. If I wasn't so tired, I'd laugh a lot. Mukuni's going City 3, Zagreb 1. Right, lots of messages coming through. Come on, don't people realise it's 11:30? EA is from Stocky. All right, it's just where you said bother. I thought, oh, is he from Scotland? No, that's being from Scotland's a bad thing. Trying to work out where you're from. No, I went out to a Turkish restaurant tonight. I think they did me on the fries. I asked for a big portion of fries. I got a tiny portion of fries with my pizza. Yeah, I'm the kind of guy who eats a pizza with fries. Sea Dogs is after 3-3, we're through. Yeah, I think after 3 games in the group, we should be through. If we win the next 2 games at home convincingly, we'll be through as champions, I feel. It will be really unbelievable for us to not get through as champions of, well, group winners. Blackpool Blue, I think the game will be tougher than we all think, but I think, look, people dismiss Dinamo Zagreb, Croatian football, what's that? But I repeat, Atalanta, weren't they third in Serie A last season? And Dinamo Zagreb pumped them. They absolutely battered them 4-0. Now, you're not going to do them 4-0 if you've not got something about you. Nicholas, how you doing, Nicholas? Nice to have you on board. That looks like a French flag to me. Is it French? Because it'd be Bleu Blanc Rouge, and that's Rouge first. I don't know, I don't know my French flags. Top goaler for the season. Got to be Sergio Aguero. I'd love it to be Raheem Sterling, but I think it's got to be Sergio Aguero. Bernard, I was watching the S10 Walking Dead, more action than the Swamp. Andrew says, where are you? Congrats on the 1K subs. I am in Wolfsburg. I'm working, start tomorrow in Wolfsburg. Well, we're doing the training tomorrow. Full day's training with the technicians, getting our sound sorted out, getting our lighting sorted out, working on our script, getting our timing sorted out, making sure we can still do the business. I think we can. We've still got that quality about us. And then on the Wednesday, we've got, we should have the the press day. I mean, from 2 years, and press coming in, filming, so the TV cameras in, filming what we were doing, interviewing us. Then we had bloggers in and people from social media. We had newspapers, so a lot of pictures, a lot of chatting with them, and then we went out for a big dinner in the evening. So a really big, swanky hotel. I can't remember what was it now. But, it's kind of hotel that I wish I was staying in rather than this. It's a bit of a dive, this, but what do you expect for €100 a night, 80 or €100 a night? This place. But hey, it's just around the corner from the venue, so it's probably one of the nearest hotels to the venue where we're working. So yeah, you can't knock it. I mean, walk there in about 3 minutes. There's a lot on tonight. We used to have a lot on before Black Pearl Blu-ray, but it's good to have this many people on. It's good to have this many people interacting and commenting and liking the video. Still nice to get some likes. Why do so many pundits go off like that on Socrates and Louise? Because they're Bob, man. See, with all due respect, they're bobbins. Absolutely, Angus Wolfsburg, the team KDB played for, and Lucas Demetra is playing for right now. Sea-Dog, Socrates is pretty decent for me. Man, as someone poked your eyes out, how are you watching football if you think he's played all right this season, but come on. That cup final, Carabao Cup final, was it Socrates against Aguero? He's made too many mistakes like that. And David Luiz, look, David Luiz is a decent defender who makes mistakes. I'll give you that. Hey, Angus knows a bit of Portuguese. Hola, ¿cómo estás, Angus? Corande se foi. I'm not going to read that. Easy for you to say, Mukund. Hey, guys, I'm 10 minutes behind, and you're giving me words like that. I can't read. Hey, Ball from the Blues and in the house, Van Bronckhorst. Van Bronckhorst. Nah, he's not going to be. I think because he knows Pep. He's played under Pep for a few years at Barcelona. I don't think he's going to be the next manager at City. Absolutely no chance. You heard it here first. No chance. Just because he's got a lot of access, Pep's helping him. People put two and two together. Kick Arteta into touch. Kick Vinny into touch. Kick everybody into touch and get Van Bronckhorst. No chance. Sea-Dog says, I was screaming like a little girl, 93-20. Dylan Morgan, how are you doing, Dylan? Do you think it's true about Raheem Sterling getting a Barcelona move? No chance. Raheem's happier in the world. Guy who's pushing him to new levels. Obviously, Raheem's contributing as well. But Pep Guardiola is the best manager going. Raheem staying. Yeah, I saw that, Bernard. I watched. Yeah, that'll go up. But Bernard's done his Citizens Week 7, and I'm going to distribute it through our channel. I think that's coming up tomorrow. I just had to watch it, Bernard. When I got in, so that's actually the first video I watched. I had a lot of videos to watch, and Bernard's Citizen number 7 was the first one I watched. I watched almost all of it because I was very interested to see what you were going to say about podcasts and what you're going to say about Bernardo Silva. And yeah, Bernard's there stalking up controversy a little bit with his comments. We'll see what he's got to say tomorrow. And I think I have to put a disclaimer. These are Bernard's opinions. He's got a different opinion, and everybody's entitled to different opinions. Angus says, I remember on May the 13th, 2012, running going down my street, Manchester Blue. I was 12 back then, and it was worth it, absolutely. Bernard says, German hypocrites. Well, you're being very polite there, Bernard. T-Dog says, last year, my sweetest moments so far, back-to-back, even in League Cup. Ever considered working and go live watching Bolt from the Blue? Not while I'm in Germany, because this is killing my my data. I'm actually, because the Wi-Fi here is so poor, I'm running this off my phone, so I'm killing my data to give you guys, hopefully, a very, very decent stream. But I might be watched on one day, but I'm not sure, I don't think you guys want to watch me watching, you know, a match for 90 minutes. I mean, I'd be dead, guys. You want me to, 3 hours of video of just me? I'm not sure it's going to be a very attractive affair. Tomaszewski was an interactive poll, says Bernard. Bernard, actually, it's a funny one, Bernard. Watching United is a live sleep along. Remind me of that. So when it's the derby, I'll do a live sleep along. When it's Man United versus Liverpool, if we make that a treble on league titles, oh boy, that'd be crazy. Do you think we should play Cancelo over Walker or Otamendi? Well, Otamendi's a central defender, Dylan. I'd play Cancelo. Why not play Cancelo as a right back? But look, we cannot underestimate Dinamo Zagreb. Underestimate your opponents at your peril. Look at Lyon last season. We underestimated them. They pumped us at home and they nearly beat us away. EAMCFC, I feel Liverpool win the Champions League. Look, if that happens, then Liverpool will say the Premier League is the most important now that they won it. Angus reckons Cancelo will be on the bench. Buchan says, Chris, City, Liverpool, Tottenham, then either Chelsea, Arsenal, maybe Leicester. Hey, Hasib Malik, how you doing, mate? Hope you're well. Good evening to you. West Ham to compete in Europa? Could be EAMCFC. Angus says Leicester will get top 4. Chris says Leicester will get top 4. West Ham for top 6. Wow. Sheffield United are doing good. Yeah, they're doing all right. Look, they should have got some. Could have got something against Liverpool. Should have scored at least a goal or 2. C-Dog says, I watched Socrates in the Bundesliga. Socrates. Sorry, C-Dog. This isn't the Bundesliga. This is the Premier League, mate. Hey, hola, Angus. ¿Cómo estás? Sorry, I'm like 10 minutes behind. Still behind now. Lewis is decent, says Muckun, but F-ups are properly epic. Absolutely. Giving penalties away for nouts. EAMCC Santiago. Bang. Don't know what that means, but Santiago. Bang, says EAMCFC. Hasib says, should Mahrez and KDB on the right side be a consistent thing? Well, you can answer your own question, Hasib. Have you seen the number of times that Mahrez pulls the defenders, 2 defenders to follow him, which leaves KDB space to come in behind, and Mahrez rolls the ball to KDB. KDB puts the first time cross in and bang, someone's there. David Silva was there against, was it Watford? Gabby Jesus was there against Everton. It's a tried and trusted method there. Well, hope you're well, mate. Angus says, I'd like to come to the City History episode. Yeah, it was fantastic watching that the City History episode 2. So very good piece of video editing. Hi, Brad. Hope you're well. Hey, Kurum Rashid, salam to you. Hope you're well and thanks for coming. Hey, no worries, mate. I'm buzzing, man. I mean, you wouldn't believe I slept an hour and a half last night. The night before I had about 2 or 3 hours sleep, and I've just driven 1,000 kilometers to get here. Been out for a run. When I got here, my mate said, "Yeah, it's crazy, man. Only 2.5 miles." I really pushed myself. Then I had a nice shower and then out for a pizza and some fries. Pizza and fries, can't beat that. But look, guys, I'm trying to be healthy. I'm trying to be healthy as well. I've got a few because Angus, my New Year's resolution is for City to win the CL. I hope we win everything. We ain't going to happen. It's actually very good quality. Yeah, see, it's running off my 4G, I think, whatever G I've got here. It's certainly not running off the hotel's Wi-Fi, which is not great. I have not got FIFA 20 EAMCFC. My lads have got FIFA 18. I'm not prepared to pay whatever 60 quid for FIFA 20. Not yet. Not until I played it a little bit and I can beat them. I played with my lad on his Switch, Nintendo Switch, and he absolutely wipes the floor with me on his FIFA 18 because I have no idea how to play that. So maybe I'm just too old now. See, that for me, it's winning a trophy, not so. But that's what I said. I want us to compete. That's the minimum. I want us to go deep in competitions, compete, and give them the respect they deserve. I can't see Garcia Taylor Bellis tomorrow. If we're doing that, we're not giving Dinamo Zagreb the respect they deserve. You know, against Preston, that's a different thing. Dinamo Zagreb are Croatian champions. They're in the Champions League. You don't get into the Champions League if you're, a half-cocked team, and you don't beat Atlanta 4-0 if you've not got something about you. Which one's that, Angus? The photograph of me blowing bubbles? I've got that on my work Twitter, which I don't use. I might put a video out, let you guys see what I do for a living. It's not really a living; it's a pastime. Mukon says, still think Sterling. Yeah, absolutely. Sterling should have banged that ball in, and so should have Gundogan. So you could have had Mahrez there with a goal and 2 assists. Wow. What do you think of this whole Bernardo Silva thing? Has it been taken to? Yes, Karum Rashid. Okay. I'll have a little say on Bernardo. They're one and the same. Yeah. The names are so similar, they might as well be the same. Am I allowed to say that? I'm allowed to compare them and say this? Okay. I'll keep it brief, okay? What Bernardo Silva did in his own culture and with his mates, no one is going to say anything wrong with that, okay? So some of it's to do with your culture, the way you're brought up and everything else. But, okay, I think an apology, say, look, I didn't, I made a mistake in this day and age. People may not approve of that, okay? Now, sadly, there are people who are, some people are offended just because they were looking to be offended. It's for outrage from some people, okay? And these people who got for outrage, especially the hypocritical. I'm gonna stop there for a second because I was gonna say I may have said something a little bit rude. Okay, I'll say something. Those hypocritical ball bags. Please don't put me inside my call. Those hypocritical ball bags in the media, like in the print media, in Sky and others, who did nothing and said nothing about their colleagues writing racist articles, racist stuff on Sky about Raheem Sterling, prejudiced stuff. They vilified the young lad and others. Look what they did, how they compared Tosin Adarabioyo and Phil Foden when they started buying a house for their how they contrasted the two. Foden was doing something wonderful for his parents and Tosin was splashing the cash. Yeah, that's at minimum unconscious bias, and it wasn't. It was a lot more. It's a lot more insidious than that. Now, those hypocrites, they did nothing, said nothing. They were perpetrators, and now they're coming like a white knight. Oops, can I say white knight? Can I say white knight, guys? Maybe I should say a nondescript color knight. Racism is a pigment of the imagination. That was meant to be a joke. It probably wasn't a good one. But this is the point. They've pushed this a lot further than it should be, okay? They've tried to make it into a humongously serious life or death kind of issue, and it's not. In my book, okay? Now, I've not experienced all kinds. I've experienced racism. I've experienced racism at a much more serious level than this. I've experienced racism where you're spat at, where you've been kicked in the head, where you've been attacked. Okay? Now, that's serious racism. I'm not saying this isn't, but I think this is, on a scale, I think this is minor. And they've pushed it, ratcheted it up to a major scandal, as if it's a scandalous affair. And it isn't. So they're pushing this agenda. Okay? The thing is, the media want to be leading the agenda. Okay? Now, they were leading the agenda against Sterling. And when Sterling fought back, the media had to back off. They had to back off Sterling, okay, because they saw the mood of the country change. They saw that if they were chasing Sterling, they were on the wrong side of the equation. So they had to, back up a bit, okay, something else to have a go at. And they're looking, obviously, against City, but they're looking to drive the agenda. What happens? Okay, I'll ask you a question. TalkSport, what did they say about a few recent things? I can't remember. There's a couple. What did they say about Dean Saunders? Did they say anything at all? Did they say much about Dean Saunders going in the slammer for drink driving? Did they say much? There was something else a week or two ago. They totally ignored it. So when it suits them, they totally ignore stuff. And when it suits them, they really go for the jugular. So it's a load of rubbish, okay? The whole issue and the whole story is not rubbish, but I had to go Ollie Holt, who complained about the caricatures with the big lips and everything. And I said, look, the white ones are the same, the brown ones are the same, and the milk chocolate ones and the dark chocolate ones, they're supposed to give you an idea what you can say. Okay, maybe it's gone straight over the line into something that's a little bit more unkind and wrong, but it's certainly not at the level that the newspapers and the media outlets and the idiots, Ollie Holt, Ollie Holt, I would not even. No, let's try and stay calm, guys. Ollie Holt is a bum. Am I allowed to say that? Ollie Holt is a bum, a grade A bum. The comments he's making. Where was Ollie Holt? I mean, look at the newspaper he's writing for. That's a racist newspaper. They were one of the ones who were against Raheem Sterling, and he's writing for them. And I just say, why do you have to take the coin of someone like the Daily Mail or the Sun? That's my opinion, okay? Why are you taking the money? It makes you no better than them. If you're not going to criticize those journalists and media outlets that vilified Raheem or Tosin or any other young black man, then how different are you to them? You're one and the same. You can't be classed as anything different. And Darren Lewis, I know you're not listening to me, Darren Lewis, but if it doesn't matter, Darren Lewis, you are one of the worst. Darren Lewis is one of the worst, because what does he do? He goes for the causes that he can get away with. He would not go for the Raheem Sterling cause. He would not go and criticize the Daily Mirror or the Sun or anybody else, because he'd lose tons of money. He'd lose his power as a journalist. He'd lose his status. And that's all he's interested in, is his career and money. That's it, Darren Lewis. Okay, I'll say this, and I might be overstepping the mark with Darren Lewis, okay? But Darren Lewis, racism and talking about it is just a way for you to make money for yourself. Yeah? It's just and you're doing young black men a disservice by not using your platform that you've got as one of the most highly prominent black sports journalists in the country. You're doing everybody a disservice by not speaking your mind. And yes, you might lose money for it, but go on principles. If you've got no principles, admit you've got no principles. You're just chasing money. I said this is the second year I've been on a Darren Lewis. He's just chasing money. He's a moral coward. Anyway, after saying I wouldn't say anything, I do briefly, 10 minutes down the line, I better move on. But there you go. Thanks for asking the question, Karam. Angus says we're making history in the 1910s and 1930s. Oh, we're making history since the 2 centuries back. Bernard's going to catch up with me. Don't catch me, Bernard. What are you doing in Germany? Karam says, I'm working. I'm doing some shows in a science centre. So tomorrow we're doing the training, finishing our training off and setting up with the technicians and everything, with the lighting and the sound and everything else. Wednesday we're in front of the press, and Thursday we bang straight in there. How long do you think it'll take for United to get to City's level? Hasib, they're not even in our rear view mirror right now. They're so far back. Zizou's here. Zizou in the house. Cedric says they're too desperate, even in the media, what they write or say, that the emotional go. Look, they push it too far. Chris will have to go. Hey, see you, Chris. Zizou, who needs to be careful? Zizou. I'm always careful, man. Look, you can argue that in this day and age, it was over the line. And in my opinion, apology needs to be issued. Delete the tweet, move on. What's I've missed something? Who's is Chris Welch having a Chris? Chris, you've only just started going out with this girl, man. Well, I'll give you congratulations, Chris. I probably missed. You probably missed my comment. Congrats to Chris. Tell you what, Chris will be starting from next season. He will go into fewer Liverpool games. I'll guarantee you that. Look, I still think you've got to be careful a little bit how you tread the line. I wouldn't go out and say if you don't like it, tough titty. But there are people who are just offended for the sake of being offended because they use that as they're trying to use it as a stick to beat City or Bernardo with, and it's a lot of rubbish. EA, go to school, mate. Have a good night. Ball bags. It's a decent word. Scrotums. We can call them scrotums as well, Angus, if we want to be a little bit more, can I use the word, sophisticated. Ollie Holt is a scrotum of a man. Shriveled up ideas, living in the past. Racism can be from both sides, C-Dog. Racism, prejudice coming from all sides. Effie are pathetic as well. Blackpool, as long as she doesn't have your go around holding your ball bags in her hand, not to worry about, mate. Brad, back in the days when Little Britain was made, everyone laughed. Does this mean the older generation are racist now? What about when everyone compares Kevin to Zinchenko? Look, even my kids watch Mind Your Language, yeah? So you got, it was caricatures and stereotypes and all that. And my parents watched it. They found it funny. Mind Your Language. It ain't half hot, mum. Hey, Aaron, nice to have you in. Angus, I grew up in racist areas. It's Val, my fellow man. Yeah, respect everybody, man. See, the racism is ridiculous. You have to just show racist people in a macro way. That's the way. You never live, man. I've witnessed it many, many times. Darren Lewis is a bad man, not a badass, bad man. Reliable football highlights. Who is Darren Lewis? Darren Lewis is a black journalist who writes for the Daily Mirror. He goes on things like Good Morning Britain, Talksport, which is a Sun, Rupert Murdoch organisation. Hello, the Saints. Good to have you in the house. And he does not stick up for black people where it really matters. He goes for the easy targets. He won't go and criticise journalists who vilified Raheem Sterling, who wrote prejudiced articles, racist articles about Raheem, Tosin Adarabioyo, and others. He's not said anything about them. Why not? Because if he does, that will affect his career in the media. He'll lose his gig at Talksport. He'll lose his stuff at Sky. He might lose his job at the Mirror. So he shuts up about it. He's just an acceptable voice for the establishment. Not good enough for me. What did Aaron Westgard say? Missed it. Well, Bernard, yeah. Darren Lewis, he's like, if you've seen or read Animal Farm, he basically went through as an animal and he became a human. If you sounds a bit odd, but you need to read Animal Farm. But that's basically it. He turned into one of them. He turned into the establishment who were basically perpetrating this. If you're not going to condemn it, then you're on their side. How far are Arsenal behind City in terms of points? I make it, they're on, was it 12 points? So they are 4 points behind City. But in terms of footballing ability, light years behind. Good idea, C-Dog. Video apology. Job done. I see City are a higher security team than Arsenal. Absolutely. Still 3 minutes behind. C-Dog, my new uncle is an Arsenal fan since EA. I see Bernardo exactly as that, a very thoughtful young man. Who's so clever, C-Dog? Yeah, as an Arsenal fan, I'm to say, yeah, good. Guys, look, guys, it's past midnight here. I'm bushed. And I need a bit of shut eye. If I'm getting up at 6:30, got a lot to do. Got to by 8. I've got to do. Hey, I'll tell you what I've got to do. I've got to do my ironing. Got to get. I left me washing. To pick it up tomorrow night, but I've got to iron a shirt for tomorrow. Iron my trousers. Get my suit sorted out. Have a shave. Shave my head. Get it running. I've got an hour and a half to do all that. My idea of a 5-mile run is probably not going to happen. Not going to happen. Guys, got to go. We've been on for an hour. I thought this would be 20 minutes. But you guys, you get me going. I hope it's been a good stream. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've learned something. And I hope we talked enough during the hour about Pep's press conference, what Pepper said, what Rodri said, and other bits and pieces that are floating around in City-based news. Hey, Mukun, we don't want to know about your soft spot, mate. We don't want to know. But guys, thanks very much for coming on. You've cheered me up. You've energized me. I'm not going to sleep now. I'm buzzing, guys. I'm buzzing. I might have to go for a run at midnight. It's probably not a good idea to go running at midnight. I did that a couple of years ago while I was here. I used to run in the dark, and I tell you what, when you get outside of the city or the town centre where there's no street lights, I tell you what, guys, that was really, really dangerous. You're running in the dark. You couldn't even see where you're going. And actually, that's what I forgot to do. I need to go and buy one of these cyclist helmet, or you see a miner's helmet, or not a helmet, a light going on your head. Sometimes plumbers use it and stuff like that. I need to get one of them so I can see where I'm running, because I remember 2 years ago, I was really, really had to be careful when you're running. You're relying on cars driving past to give you light. That's stupid. Stupid. Mukund, I went running earlier on. I've done 2.5 miles tonight. I've driven for 10 hours in a run. Thanks, everybody. Take it easy. Yeah, we'll do a stream after the match tomorrow. Fingers crossed. I've got decent internet to watch it. I'll have to watch it, stream it off my phone. But hey, we'll see how it goes. Guys, take it easy. Love you all, and we'll catch you tomorrow.